Hey guys, I'm getting a lot of questions on how the grade sheet works, so I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to walk you through it, and for those who don't know how the spreadsheet works, which is a lot of people, I'm getting a lot of questions, and I do this I have the questions every semester. But now I have the capability of making a video of how it works. So let's do that. First, I made this line. Oh, you know what? I'll highlight it. I made this blank line for some student who, whatever, for some reason I don't have their grades in. I'm going to put their grades in the spreadsheet, and I'll show you exactly how it works. I put this up here in the A's because I'm a hopeful student, hoping that I have an A. We'll find out at the end when I do a sort. All right. Now this is the column of students, right? And since my stuff's not in here for whatever reason, I don't have a number. So let's say I send over to Professor Stewart 99999. So that's my number, and um, what I'll do is I'll sort this by number and see that no one else has that number. And sure enough, no one has it, so that could be the number. Don't know the grade yet, but I know the quiz scores. This quiz scores is I know on quiz 1 I had 28 points. So I'll put that up here in one raw for 28 points. It automatically converts that to the percentage, to 68%. How? By dividing it by E100. What the heck's E100? Let's go down and look at it. E100 is 41, which normally is the maximum of what any student actually achieved. Okay, in this case, did anyone get over 100% of this quiz 1? There's the 100%, and no one was higher. So, no, that in this case, that was the maximum on quiz 1. Anyway, back to me. I had my 28, which is 68%. All right, so I'm starting out. I'm decent. I'm learning how these questions go. And then I had some sort of roommate problem, and I had to move the second week of class, and it sucked. And I got a 0 because I forgot all about the quiz because I was too busy trying to move. All right, and then quiz 3 came along, and I got a 45 because I was really determined to get back into things, right? And that's a 90. So, and again, looking at it, it's divided by I100, so it's divided by 100 cell row 100 of this. That's 50. Right, so is that the high score again? Sometimes it's over 100 if someone blows away a quiz. Yeah, that's the high score, was the 50. So I did great. I got a 90. So I have a 68, a 0, and a 90. Now, over to the right, it's going to show which quiz is dropped, right? Because I'm already dropping one of the 3 quizzes. And it's dropping my 0. So that's great because it's dropping the correct one. So on my average is going to be the average of 68 and 90. That's how I get my average of 79. So I'm not up there in the A's where I was hoping. I'm a 79. I'll do this for you so you don't have to do the sorting part. But just in case you're curious, I'll show how the sorting works. I highlight all the things I want to sort. Go over here to sort and filter. It's a custom sort because I have to sort by the total grade. Oh, get off there. I want to sort by the total grade by C, your cumulative grade in the course, largest to smallest. And then in case there's ties, I'll have some tiebreaker. Maybe someone has extra credit, which would be in column D. That's your total with extra. Oh, look, one person has extra credit. I'll use that as a tiebreaker. And for another tiebreaker, because it doesn't matter, they'll get the same grade, I'll use their ID number, so A, and I'll use largest to smallest. So I sort by all these things. Uh-oh, I'm gone. Why? Because I've been sorted to where I belong. All right, so here I am in the middle of the happy C plus crowd. So with my 68, 0, 90, I have a C plus. That's how the grade sheet works. So going to the top, here's where the raw score for your 4th quiz is going to go, and then the percentage conversion. For the total average, I only use the percentages, right? You can hit F2, and it highlights what's in the equation. And look, all the highlighted ones are the percentages that go with every quiz. Right, so that's how that works. Eventually, we will drop the 2 lowest quizzes. All right, if things go somehow tragically this semester, which is possible with COVID and who knows, right? We could end up dropping a 3rd. I can always change the syllabus if I have to in a way that doesn't harm you because it's our contract. I can make our contract more lenient for you, but I cannot make it more strict for you. That would be unethical. But eventually we're going to have a second drop. And what if you're like, hey, I've got a 89 as my drop right now, and that's a good score. Yeah, well, someday you can get another new low, and then this 89.6 will count in your average, and your new lowest one will be dropped. These aren't set in stone. These are your lowest. Well, I'll show you. Here's the equation for it right up here. It's the minimum. And I'll keep adding the new quizzes to this, and it'll always drop the minimum of those quizzes, right? And if you're an Excel geek, how do you find the second lowest? It's tricky. Dr. Namit had to find this for me because he's awesome. It's small, and then this 2 means the second smallest, right? So if I end up having to do a third drop, I can do small with the third lowest quiz, and it'll find it for me automatically, which is kind of awesome. Anyway, if you have any other questions on how the grade sheet works, please let me know. Eventually, I'll put final exam scores in here for those who have them, but I'm going to wait until about halfway through the semester or more, when a lot more people have their final exam finished. So far, it's 4 or 5 students. Thank you very much for your course improvement suggestions. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, read the syllabus again. All right. Any questions? Post it, text me, email me, whatever you want to do. Thank you. All right. Bye, guys.